to the PI Podcast, your destination for everything NFL, discussing the latest news and providing in-depth analysis of every NFL game. And now, here are your hosts, Ian and Tesh.
There we go. My bad, guys. We forgot to plug the mic in. But hey, guys, what is up? PI Podcast here with episode 16. This is gonna be our 2022 NFL Draft pre-draft special episode. Definitely hope you guys are excited for the NFL Draft tomorrow. Sorry for that fail there. I literally forgot to plug in the mic. Vital, thanks for stopping by. AJ, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you guys. So hopefully you guys are excited for the draft tomorrow. I know we are. The Falcons, I think they're going to draft a quarterback, but I want them to go edge rusher if Thibodeau's there. But if not, I fully believe if Malik Willis is at 8, we go 8. And the Jaguars, they could go Trayvon Walker, Aiden Hutchinson. And I think Ian would like them to go Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah. I'd like to see him go Aiden Hutchinson, but if they go Trayvon Walker and he doesn't pan out, then he deliberately messed up their first overall pick. I mean, I don't know how you could do that.
Yeah, so last year, slam dunk, touchdown, goal, whatever you want to call it, with Trevor Lawrence. That was obvious. But this year, there's debate whether it's Hutchinson or Trayvon Walker. I personally think, as a Jaguar fan, you have to go Aiden Hutchinson. Because, one, he's proved he can do it. Trayvon Walker, there's the upside to it. But obviously, he played on a stacked defense in Georgia. And, you don't know. He might not pan out. And in my opinion, Trent Baalke, the GM of the Jaguars, would be stupid to risk his job. His job's on the line. His job is on the line right now. If he drafts a bust in the first round, he's fired. And he'll never get another job as a GM anywhere in the NFL ever again. So he's got to hit. And in my opinion, you have to go Aiden Hutchinson because he's the safest bet. Even if he doesn't pan out, you're safe. Because he's the number one overall pick. Like, it's like if Trevor Lawrence is a bust, you're safe because he was the number one overall pick. Like, everybody knew he was the number one overall pick. So, like, Aiden Hutchinson, that's got to be number one. 100% got to be number one.
Yeah, definitely. It's weird that these GMs and head coach for the Jaguars, they're disagreeing right now because the owner is actually making the right pick right now. Aiden Hutchinson is who you should pick no matter how he turns out, because that is the certified number one overall pick that anyone should have in their draft. So definitely, if they don't do that, then they're definitely screwed. And Vital thinks Hutchinson can go to Detroit. But I think the Jaguars are a firm lock for Hutchinson. If you guys already had your mock draft, let us know what you guys have at number one for the Jaguars.
Yeah,
they might make a big mistake with Trayvon Walker at one if he doesn't pan out. He is from Georgia, like Ian said, and he's a baller. He's a baller too. So who knows how that's going to turn out? But Aiden Hutchinson is that edge rusher to pair up with Josh Allen.
Yeah, dude, the duo would be insane. I mean, that would... So here's the problem. The Jaguars gave up a ton of passing yards last year, but it's because nobody could get to the quarterback. So, like, yeah, we blamed a lack of turnovers on the secondary because there wasn't many interceptions last year for the Jaguars. But if your edge rushers aren't getting to the ball and a quarterback's getting 8-9 seconds in the pocket, there's not going to be turnovers because someone's going to get open eventually.
Yeah, and it's just this thing. Like, it should be a certified pick right here. But the Jaguars, inside their locker room, inside even the main office, they're at crossheads. The GM and the owner are literally at crossheads right now. So this is going to be an interesting draft tomorrow. I hope you guys are excited. And moving on to number 2 in the 2022 NFL draft, in our mock draft, the Detroit Lions in our mock draft select Trayvon Walker.
Yep.
So if the Jaguars don't go Trayvon Walker, the Lions are probably going to go Trayvon Walker. That's probably a really certified pick right there too, because the only reason they would go quarterback at number 2 is if they have no faith in Jared Goff. But I know Dan Campbell has some faith in Jared Goff, so I 100% believe they're either going to go Trayvon Walker or they're going to pick someone else like Sauce Gardner or another edge rusher like Thibodeau. But I think Dan Campbell doesn't like Thibodeau, so scratch that off. Yeah,
I think if Aiden Hutchinson goes 1, Trayvon Walker goes 2. If Trayvon Walker goes 1, Aiden Hutchinson goes 2. Like, those are going to be it's an edge rusher at number 1 and number 2, I think, regardless of what happens anywhere else in this draft.
Yeah, so this is very early. First 2 picks, I think you're going to see both edge rushers go off the board. This year's draft is very heavily on defense, and there's a lot of amazing defensive players in this year's draft, and a lot of teams should pick a defensive player because of it.
Vital, elite. I feel like Steelers trade to pick 6, or they wait for 20. I don't know what I want this draft. It's going to be insane. Everyone has different mock drafts. So I love it. Actually, that is actually really true. This mock draft, I have seen hundreds of different ones. I have some where Thibodeau goes 1. I see somewhere 8. Like, granted, now that we're 24 hours from the draft, it's pretty much overall Aiden Hutchinson's going 1. But as of last week, Thibodeau could have won 1. Trayvon Walker could have won 1. They could have won Evan Neal 1. Icky 1. Like, there was just so many different mock drafts. They have now, granted, today Cam Robinson was extended by the Jacksonville Jaguars. The left tackle got a huge extension. I think it's like $54 million for 3 years. So the likelihood of an offensive lineman going number 1 pretty much went to the ground. So there's that. And then there's mock drafts where they have the top 5, 3 edge rushers going.
Yeah. It's crazy how so many people have so many different drafts, because the defensive players this year are just so good that you actually don't know who these teams are going with. Like last year, you know who was going. You know a quarterback was going with the first 3 picks for sure. Yeah. Like, you already knew that, and then you could already tell Atlanta was going Kyle Pitts at 4. Like, I knew from the back, like 2 months ahead of time, they were going Kyle Pitts, and so moving.
You're right, though. There are some drafts or some mocks that don't even have Malik going in the first round. But here's the thing: next year's quarterback draft is supposed to be really good. Like, not as good as last year's, where you had
five quarterbacks.
Yeah, 5 quarterbacks going really, really early. But there's a lot of depth next year. So there are some teams that might wait. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a 2-year rental with Trubisky.
The Saints got another draft pick, just maybe drafting a quarterback.
Yeah, they got a pick for next year too. The Falcons, they have a 2-year rental with Marcus Mariota. There's no telling. So it's kind of, it's really like, this is such a weird draft. Like literally anywhere. Yeah. There's so many skill positions.
And going to a vitals team, the Steelers. I think the Steelers, they very well could trade up to pick 6 even, because if they see any quarterback get taken, like if the Atlanta Falcons or the Carolina Panthers select Malik Willis, and then the Falcons select Kenny Pickett, I firmly believe the Steelers are going to trade up.
AJ said, package deal Jimmy and Debo for the 6th pick.
Jimmy and Debo to the Panthers for... I don't know. For 6th pick, I think that actually might be worth it right there.
So here's the thing. The Panthers, I don't think they're going to quarterback. In our mock draft, we don't have a quarterback going to the Panthers. Because here's the thing. Matt Rule, his job is on the line this year. Like, he can't groom a quarterback this year. He's got to go all in and try to win some games, especially in that division that's winnable right now, other than Tom Brady. But the second place in that division is very winnable for all 3 of the other teams. So the 49ers, they could definitely grab the 6th pick, and that would be good for the Panthers because they'd get a solid weapon in Debo and DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, and Jimmy G would be solid instead of Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and they could if that trade were even happen. That's a good point, AJ. That's a very real trade that would work for both sides because Debo wants out of San Francisco. We know that. And the Panthers, they need a quarterback.
I would think Jimmy G wants out too. He hasn't said he wants out, but your replacement's sitting there waiting for you to make a mistake. He does not want to play there.
Yeah, it's hard when there's someone already lined up behind you because you're just sitting there thinking, oh, when are they just going to put him in? And my time's over. I should start looking for other places to go.
Yeah, he's just really professional about it. He's not going to come out like Debo has and say he wants out. Jimmy G's, I don't want to say it's professional and not professional because like Debo's handling the situation how he thinks he should handle it. And obviously when you're on the cheap contract and you're getting used as much as Debo is, if it is a usage thing, like he's got to protect himself. He's got to make some money before he gets hurt or something because when you're getting used that much, the likelihood of you getting hurt is just through the roof.
Yeah, and that trade likely scenario, I don't know if the Panthers are fully committed if they wanted Jimmy G. I know that would be a temporary solution, but I think the Panthers might just take, like Vidal said, Kenny Pickett there.
But, here's the thing. Jimmy G would save your job if you're Matt Rule. Jimmy G would win games.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett will not win you enough games to save your job, in my opinion. I think he's going to be decent coming into the league, but I don't think Kenny Pickett will save Matt Rule's job. Jimmy G would have a huge potential to save his job. Even Baker Mayfield would have huge potential to save his job. So I don't know. I don't think Sam Darnold's the answer, but I don't think you can risk your job to draft a quarterback at number 6.
Yeah, and that leads to the point where the Panthers, there could very well draft a corner or something like that to pair up with J.C. Horn.
Yeah, playmaker, yeah. And Debo is, I'm like on the fence about this because like everyday people like us were like, dude, you're making millions of dollars, right? But like Debo sees Jimmy G not playing that well, making $27 million while he's making like $6 million. And it's like, man, I care. Like, Debo's carried the team, but Jimmy G's making $20 million a year more than he is.
The only thing is Debo has carried that offense, but the defense has carried them too.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But going to Vidal's point, It's hard to tell if Debo just wants. I know Debo obviously he wants money. Every player wants money, but I think there's something going on in that office or in that organization right now that Debo just doesn't like, and they don't like the direction they're going, and that's why he wants out. And I don't see the Panthers making that big of a trade right now because I think they want their 6th pick. I think they want that pick regardless.
Yes, and if Debo goes to a place like the Jets, it's 100% for the money. It's nothing else. Now, granted, he knows Robert Saleh. So, he could have in the back of his mind, man, Robert Saleh could change his team around. So, but obviously, if you're going to the Jets right now, you're in it for the money. Same thing with, the Jaguars. If you're going to the Jaguars right now, 9 times out of 10, you're chasing the bag. There's very few players. I think the players that get drafted there, and there might be a player or two, I'm not trying to say Christian Kirk doesn't think that Doug Peterson can turn the franchise around, but, there's a part of you that's man, that guy chased money right there.
Yeah, it's... these teams like the Jaguars and Jets, they have a lot of money, so if you are in it for the money, you're going to go there. And Debo very well could possibly go to Jets. And another name I keep hearing popping up for Debo is Green Bay, but I don't know if they can handle his contract.
Well, they were willing to give Devontae Adams that huge one, so they could match it.
They could, and I think Aaron Rodgers would like that. I think that organization would want that too.
Yeah,
because if the Packers, if they don't trade for Debo during the draft, if they don't take a wide receiver in the first round, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be even more angry.
Yeah, he's going to be.
I mean, I don't know how you could do that to your star quarterback. That's just as insane.
See, I don't know if Green Bay actually has the money, but there's been reports that they matched the Raiders' money for Devontae Adams, and he just wanted to leave. So I think they have the money somehow, some way.
I think they have some cap space. I'm not 100% sure their current cap space, but I don't know if it's big enough to get Debo.
Right, that's going to be the hard one. But the NFL, there's so many people that think the salary cap is fake, and there are a lot of instances where like the Saints, they were $60 million under,
and now they got all these. They signed all these players.
Yeah, they signed players, and they're still over the cap. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. That's kind of hard to tell. But we're going to try to slowly move on. The mock draft in general just brings out so many questions. Because this is a strange draft. You literally have so many good offensive linemen, so many good wide receivers that aren't projected to go high, but they could because of the wide receiver market right now. And then you have teams that need quarterbacks, but the quarterbacks aren't quite good enough to beat out some of these defensive players for a top 10 pick. So it's really going to be interesting to watch. So we got Aiden Hutchinson 1, Trayvon Walker 2,
and with the 3rd overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft PIPodcast edition, at number 3, the Texans select Ahmad Gardner, cornerback.
Yep.
Out of Cincinnati. And I think Sauce Gardner, he's the best corner in that draft. I honestly really believe that he is. And he even says he is. He's kind of got that mentality that he's the best. And that's a good mentality to have when you're...
Yeah,
exactly.
As a corner, yeah.
When you as a corner. You see Jalen Ramsey have that mentality. He's an amazing player. You see a lot of other corners have that mentality that I'm the best. And that mentality is good to have. And a Sauce Gardner being... being honest, the Houston Texans need anything. They need anything.
Yeah, they could literally do anything.
They could do any draft pick. They need everything. So I think that Sauce Gardner just fits perfectly there.
Lovie Smith is going to want a defensive player regardless. So there's the small chance at Thibodeau going that high. But here's my problem with Thibodeau going at 3. You're getting the 3rd best edge rusher. And he's not the 3rd best player in the draft. He's the 3rd best edge rusher. I mean, you could argue he's the 2nd best over Trayvon Walker. That's a debatable topic. But I don't see a 3rd best defensive end going number 3. It just doesn't make sense. As your value, that would be like a D+ grade. I mean, because you're losing out. There's other better players. I think Icky is a better player than Thibodeau. I think Sauce Gardner is a better player than Thibodeau, in my opinion. So I think you have to go best available when you're the Texans because you need so much on your roster. There's no position on their roster other than maybe kicker.
Yeah, and they're trying to build around Davis Mills too, but that can only lead you so far. You don't know how Davis Mills is going to pan out either. I mean, the best way they need everything, and the best way to do it, I think they're going to go Gardner just to have the defensive, and Lovie Smith, he loves the defense, so definitely a solid pick there for them. It's just weird to me that the Texans are trying so hard to build Davis Mills. I get he was doing decent last year, but at the same time, you really haven't seen him play at a high level. And he's just a rookie, so we'll see next year, but who knows how that's going to turn out. Maybe they draft a quarterback next year too.
Yeah, and like I said, the quarterback draft next year is better. So let's just say the Texans take a really good corner. They can wait next year. They're probably going to have a top 5 pick next year. I mean, if we're being honest, as a Jags fan, I would love for them to have a top 5 pick next year because, they suck. But I think then you could try to get your quarterback next year, and then you have a really good key piece on defense, a young key piece on defense. So I really like Sauce at number 3. And now number 4, the New York Jets with the 4th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, PI Podcast Mock Draft Edition. The New York Jets select
Ikem Ekwonu. Or his nickname, you said Icky, right? That's his nickname?
That's his nickname.
Oh, okay. His nickname's Icky. And I see the Jets, that's a pretty safe pick because the Jets, they need to protect Zach Wilson. That's the main thing about it.
Yeah.
Protect your rookie quarterback. That's literally should be the main objective of these teams with rookie quarterbacks. Justin Fields can't get hurt that much, so Chicago should try to get an offensive tackle as well. You cannot give your rookie quarterback cannot play as a rookie quarterback, as a quarterback in general, if you don't have an offensive line. Because then he has no time, he has to rush his decisions, and it'll hurt his development even more.
Yep. He's got to have time to make his progressions. He's got to get time to get his receivers open. I'm all for, they just grabbed 2 big tight ends this offseason. So I think they try to get the run game going a little bit better with Michael Carter. I think they got 2 good tight ends to do that. I think a left tackle keeps Davis Miller, we just talked about him for so long. I think they keep Zach Wilson upright, and I think it helps the run game. So I like Icky. I think that's the safest pick for them. I could also see them going defensive side of the ball because of Robert Saleh, but you got to protect Zach Wilson.
That should be the primary focus right now, and I think if the Jets don't go offensive tackle, I don't know, maybe they could go offensive tackle later in the draft, but if you can get the best tackle now, do it. That'll just help so much. And because Zach Wilson, he isn't a horrible quarterback. He hasn't played the best. He didn't play the best last year, but it's his rookie year. Any rookie quarterback's not going to have the best year.
No rookie quarterback last year played really good, except you could argue Mac Jones did, but he's a game manager that had Bill Belichick designing a perfect rookie quarterback game plan.
Yeah, Vital. The Bears really do need to build around Justin Fields because exactly what I was saying. If he was getting hit so much, Justin Fields was, and you could see him running around for his life, and they kept mixing him in. Me and you were talking about this, I think last podcast. Justin Fields running for his life, and even they kept switching Andy Dalton back and forth and that doesn't help your rookie quarterback grow. That just hurts his development even more because he's gonna be like, oh, do I need to play better? I need to play better so this guy so that they don't take me out. They were just. Matt Nagy was so horrible for them, so that's why I'm so glad that Matt Nagy got fired. Matt Nagy was not something the Bears needed. We'll get to the Bears in a minute.
So I'm going to give you a quick heads up on Jameson Williams. Sorry, we have him going in the top 15. And here's the thing with Jameson Williams: the wide receiver market is just so bizarre right now that I think teams are going to surprise you and pick wide receivers early. I really do. I'm not saying they'll go top 10, but I wouldn't be like, it wouldn't blow my socks off if a wide receiver went top 10. And I have them at 15 with the Eagles. I think they need to try to figure out something for Jalen Hurts. If it doesn't pan out, they have 2 rookie contract wide receivers for whoever they get next year. And they got an extra pick for next year. They got an extra pick for next year. So, I mean, I think they have to because of Jalen Hurts. Like, you have to see if he's your guy. And you really have this year to do it. And if he doesn't pan out, you have the extra pick next year to go get a quarterback.
Yeah, and just these receivers, the only reason they go early is if that team is wide receiver heavy needed. And I think the Eagles, they're not certain on Jalen Reagor at all. Like, he dropped so many balls last year, and he hasn't played the best. But he's still young, so there's chance there. And that's the only reason they wouldn't go wide receiver, the Eagles, is if they fully believe that Jalen Reagor can get better. But yeah. I fully believe the Eagles are going to go wide receiver, and I think they go. Drake London, or if they're the first team to get a wide receiver.
We have Drake London going early.
Okay, yeah, I have Drake London going earlier, but the Eagles should draft a wide receiver.
So at number 5, so we've got Hayden Hutchinson 1, Trayvon Walker 2, Sauce Gardner 3, Icky 4. Pick number 5. I think this is one of the few that are certain picks, unless in the top 5 there's multiple offensive linemen. I think number 5, the New York Jets, and the PI podcast mock draft, Evan Neal, tackle from Alabama. I think the offensive line for the Giants has to be reworked. If you decide to keep Daniel Jones, he helps Daniel Jones out. And if you decide to go quarterback next year instead, he helps out your rookie quarterback next year. So I think Evan Neal is the next tackle taken off the board. And like I said, the only way that changes is if one of those teams beforehand, other than the Jets, go offensive tackle.
Yeah, I think that one, the Giants pick, is very set in stone. I think they do go O-line here just to protect Daniel Jones. It wouldn't be surprising for them to go even Thibodeau either. I could see them going Thibodeau, but at this point, I see them taking the offensive tackle because next year's QB draft, it's not as good as last year's, like Ian said, but it's still going to be a good QB draft next year.
So then we bring it up to the Panthers, and this is when it starts getting really iffy. The Panthers need a quarterback. There's been multiple reports. Actually, let me just go to my notes. We'll go ahead and get this one out the way. Damn, where's it? Okay. Panther general manager Scott Fitterer told Sam Darnold that they might add a quarterback in the draft. He also stated that there's a couple quarterbacks they would be interested in at pick number 6, and that multiple teams were interested in trading up to number 6.
Yeah, so we agreed on the tackle going here, Charles Cross, but I think they go Kenny Pickett. Vital, exactly what you said. I think the Panthers do take Kenny Pickett, or will equal it.
This was one we had to You had a different opinion, I had a different opinion, but here's my thing with the Panthers. They obviously could go quarterback. This is, like I said, this is the pick. Could go either way. This could literally go either. They could go defense, they could go tackle, or they could go quarterback. But my big problem with the Panthers taking a quarterback is if Matt Rule doesn't have a good season, he's fired. The GM is most likely fired as well, just because of the way last season went. So, I really think it's hard to say for sure a quarterback's going there. And I think Charles Cross is the safest option because he protects Sam Darnold or a quarterback next year. Or if there's a potential trade, a Baker Mayfield trade later on, anything, you've got someone that can help protect a quarterback. And Christian McCaffrey, he needs someone to block for him.
Yeah. And definitely out tackle would help that offense, and they're, again, quarterback draft next year. But I fully believe that I think that Matt Rule is thinking, oh, we need to win now. Let's not get Sam Darnold or even Cam Newton out there again. Let's go get this rookie quarterback because we can have Cam Newton or Sam Darnold kind of mentor him a little bit. I mean, they aren't the best quarterbacks to mentor a rookie quarterback, but I fully believe that the Panthers are going to take Kenny Pickett because I think they really do need a quarterback for the future, and I think Matt Rule really wants to win now, and this is their best chance to win now.
Okay, so I understand. That's why, this is the hardest pick for me, is the Panthers. So, yes, a young prospect other than Sammy would kind of be smart because then you could, Matt Rule could blame, hey, I had a rookie quarterback. But Sam Darnold's kind of a cop-out if they, I had Sam Darnold, I couldn't play, I can't do my game plan of Sam Darnold seeing ghosts out there.
Yeah, and it's this one's going to be a really interesting pick that they have. I think this will set the tone for what the Falcons will pick, because if the Panthers don't go Kenny Pickett, if they go Malik Willis, I think the Falcons are going to select an edge rusher without a doubt, or at least someone on defense like Kyle Hamilton.
So also, if a quarterback gets taken in the top 10 at all, everything after Big 10 is completely shaken up. There's going to be teams trading. There's going to be team doing package deals. You're going to see a lot of trades happen, I think, if a quarterback goes in the top 10. And I could also see that happening if a wide receiver goes in the top 10 somehow. Yeah,
and some of these teams, like the Giants, they have 2 picks in the top 10. They could go wide receiver, too. Their wide receiver core isn't the best either. I'm sure they still have Sterling Shepard. They still have Kenny Golladay. And they have Kadarius Toney, who's looking good, but they're probably going to trade him now.
Yeah.
So definitely wide receiver is something you need. So I could see him picking in the top 10. But for this, in the 2022 PI Podcast mock draft, we have the New York Giants selecting Kayvon Thibodeau at number 7.
Dude, Vital. I was literally messaging all my friends today about the podcast tonight because this draft is literally one of the sweetest ones. Literally anything could happen.
Anything.
There's still a chance that the Jaguars trade out of the top pick. I mean, I'm not saying that's highly likely, but it could happen.
Yeah, and the Steelers could make a draft if someone takes a quarterback. They're like, oh, we need a quarterback. They could draft up. Or they could even just wait and be like, oh, we'll stick with Mitchell Trubisky this year.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to pan out. And there's so many other teams, like the Saints. They could draft up because they want a quarterback too. They have 2 picks, but they
just got ammo to trade up.
Exactly. And that's after the middle of the draft. So I fully believe they can trade up if they really want somebody. And even these wide receivers, they're going to be going at near the end of the first round. They're going to go James Williams. They're going to go Drake London. They're going to go all these other receivers. It's going to go crazy.
All right. So just to recap what we've got so far, and we're going to on our next podcast, we're going to see how close we were.
Yeah,
we're going to save it and see what we do.
Hopefully, my picks turn out because there was a mock draft in Madden 22. If you guys play Madden 22, there was a 20-round mock draft, and you get to pick which position each team's going to pick. If you get all 20, you get all the draft players in that promo. So, I don't know. We'll see.
So, number 1, Aiden Hutchinson to the Jaguars. Number 2, we've got Trayvon Walker to the Detroit Lions. Oh, how many teams do we think trade out of the top 10 picks? Okay, so just a quick glance. I could see the Giants trading one of their picks out. I could see the Panthers trading out.
I could see the Falcons going down if they wanted defense.
That's really all I could see trading away. Maybe the Jets with the number 10 pick.
Yeah, Jets could easily trade one of their picks away if they get something they want. Really.
Do I think any of that happens? The only one that I think will actually happen, maybe, is the Panthers. But here's the thing. This draft is so deep, you trade your number 10 pick and maybe get a first next year and maybe a third this year and like a second this year. Like if you can add multiple picks in the middle, like you're still getting starter caliber players in the third round this year.
Yeah, and that's why this year's draft is so crazy. I mean, any of these teams could Panthers trade down, Jets trade down. They have 2 picks in top 10.
Yeah,
the Giants have 2 picks too, like we just said. And like, there's multiple teams that will trade out if they get the draft, if they get the picks that they want.
And one more thing, it really depends. If someone shakes this up, so just as a heads up, we do not have a wide receiver in the top 10. But if one of these teams, if the Jets at number 10 want to take a wide receiver, the Washington Commanders right after, they might go wide receiver, and then at pick 16, the Saints are like, oh shoot, man, all the wide receivers are leaving. I might need to trade up a few spots. So like it's really gonna be, and even like quarterbacks. So like we have we're just gonna spoil this real quick. We have 8 and 9 both going quarterback. If that happens, someone like the Saints or even the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're going to trade up.
Yeah, they're literally going to trade up because they want our quarterback, and they're going to be pressured to move up or trade someone something. So this is going to be really interesting. This top 10 here is going to set the basis for the rest of the round. Like literally,
yeah, exactly.
It's going to set the basis for every team and what they pick. Because it could, whatever the top 10 picks are, literally could shake up the whole rest of the draft.
Yeah, and there's mock drafts that have Thibodeau falling like to the 10th pick. I don't think that's going to happen, but there's mock drafts that have no quarterbacks in the first round and just edge rushers pretty much all the way through. Yeah. I mean, Jermaine Johnson, he wasn't supposed to be a first round talent. Now he's in the mock to be in the first round.
Yeah, and definitely vital. The Panthers, I think they don't take a wide receiver because they have DJ Moore, they have Robbie Anderson. I think they're set with those two, and that's a pretty good wide receiver duo, and they have Chris McCaffrey. I think they're set at wide receiver for now, so I don't think they need to draft a wide receiver in the first round. They could do it in the third or fourth round even. But the Jets definitely could go wide receiver. I know you have Corey Davis. I know you have some young talent there as
Braxton Berrios just got that little extension.
Braxton Berrios,
Elijah Moore,
and then that's they're young at wide receiver.
But they just spent some money at tight end, so who knows what their offense is going to be like next year? Yeah. You know, they might be tight end heavy. You know, I mean, it's hard to tell. And then you also have to think, like, let me look at the mock draft. The Texans at number 3, they have a defensive-minded head coach. The Giants have an offensive-minded head coach now, so they might not take a defensive player in the top 10. And they have 2 picks. They might not take the Falcons have an offensive-heavy head coach. So, like, they most likely go offense, but there's so many good defensive players, you would kind of knock them. If they don't go quarterback, they need to go defense, but they have an offensive-minded head coach, so who knows? And then, like I said, the Jets with 2 top 10 picks, they could go 2 defensive players, and we would kind of be shocked that you're not protecting Zach Wilson, but, like, you don't know. Like,
yeah, and we don't know what these teams are going to do. That's why we're really excited for tomorrow, because we're going to see these teams, I guess, fight for the picks. Because if you don't get the guy you want, then you can trade out if you don't need anybody. Definitely Jets and Giants, 2 top 10 picks, definitely very likely to trade out if someone gives them some really good picks for this year and next year. And I just see all these teams are going to be looking at the top 5 for sure. They're going to be waiting and see if they decide to make a trade after the top 5's done. So
Sports Illustrated, 8 hours ago, Baker Mayfield to Seattle, a lock. If that happens, we have Seattle taking a quarterback in the first round. That shakes it up.
Yeah, that literally makes it easier for the Saints not to trade up, because if the Seahawks don't trade quarterback and they take wide receiver, Or I doubt they take wide receiver. They have DK and Tyler, but they're trying to ship one, maybe, possibly. But I think that shakes up the whole thing because the Saints might wait there, or even Steelers might wait if no quarterback drafted in the top 10.
There's so many people saying Trayvon Walker goes to the Jaguars, and I'll be upset. I'll be honest.
That is something that'd be crazy for them to happen. I'd be surprised if they don't take Hutchinson, because then that GM, he's a dummy. He's literally a dummy if he doesn't take Aiden Hutchinson. I know, and it says the owner, Shad Khan, he wants Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
So definitely, I think Aiden Hutchinson is. You shouldn't even have to think about it at this point. You have the number one overall pick.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to think about this.
And the problem is with the Seahawks going for Sauce Gardner. I don't think Sauce falls that far. I really don't. I don't think he goes to 9. I would be very shocked if he goes to 9. But if he goes to 9, that means Kyle Hamilton snuck his way back into the top 10.
If Sauce drops, I think he's only going to drop to one of the Giants picks because the Giants could very well take Sauce Gardner if he drops that far. And I think even anyone else like the Seahawks, if they don't want a quarterback, like the reporter said, I think they will go Sauce Gardner too.
That's true. If a trade happens, literally anything could happen. Because the Seahawks could trade up, or if we have the Texans on number 3 taking Sauce, they might not take him. So if it falls to 4 or 5, there's a chance one of these guys trade out. So it could happen. You know, it really could happen.
Yeah, someone could trade out in the top 10 very easily tomorrow. It's going to be really interesting to see. There's so many unknowns. There's so many unknowns right now, and we're less than 24 hours from the draft, which is just crazy.
So we've got Aiden Hutchinson 1, Trayvon Walker 2, Sauce Gardner 3, Icky 4, Evan Neal 5, Charles Cross, offensive tackle number 6, and then at number 7, the New York Giants select again, and this time we believe they will go Kayvon Thibodeau, edge rusher from University of Oregon.
Yeah, Kayvon Thibodeau is a really good pick for them, but also I could also see him going somewhere else as well.
Kyle Hamilton would be a good pick there.
Kyle Hamilton could even go to the Giants.
I think they have to go defense.
Yeah. Especially after you draft an offensive tackle, if you go.
Yeah, I think you have to go defense. Their defense needs some work too. So could definitely see. And I personally do not want Thibodeau falling out of the top 10.
I don't see that. Because Thibodeau's too good of a. I know he's the third-rated edge rusher or whatever, but I don't think
he's still very good.
I think he's too good. He's too good not to fall that far.
All right, so Thibodeau at 7, and at pick number 8, I'll allow you to announce this.
In the 2022 PI Podcast NFL Mock Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select quarterback Malik Willis, and the only reason why we definitely agreed on Malik Willis going here is because I really think that if Malik Willis drops and if the Panthers don't take him, I think Arthur Smith's going to be ready to take him because I think Malik Willis is a really good player. I'd be a little mad if we didn't go defense because I think we really need defensive players. I mean, look at Matt Ryan's tenure with the Atlanta Falcons. He's never had a top 10 defense. Given the Super Bowl defense, yet they were ranked 8 or something like that. I think they were ranked 8 overall defense, but that defense, the only reason they were ranked that high, or the only reason they looked good, was because on third downs they got the stops that matters. And I think they're still not that great of defense in that year either. So with Matt Ryan's tenure, they never had the defense. And if you're gonna make the same mistake again and not take anything on defense this year, I mean, how are you gonna let up Kayvon Thibodeau if he falls to 8? How are you gonna lose out on Kyle Hamilton, a really good safety? You can't lose out on these defensive players because then it just ruins you for the future. I mean, this Malik Willis, he's good, but he can't carry that defense. He's not on defense. So I don't know why the Falcons are trying to decide. I want to be mad with Malik Willis because I like him, but I really, really feel like Thibodeau, if he's there, take him.
All right, so we got the Falcons out of the way, and this This is when I think the draft is going to start shaking up, because I think if any of the quarterback needy teams see a quarterback taken, they're going to start trying to trade up. And so we got Malik Willis going number 8, and at number 9, because the Seahawks are going to start getting scared that they're going to lose out on a quarterback later, we believe that the Seattle Seahawks, with the 9th overall pick in the PI Podcast mock draft, select Kenny Pickett, quarterback from Pittsburgh.
Now, this is our mock draft, and the Panthers very well, I very well believe they'll go quarterback again. So that's still pressuring the Seahawks to go quarterback. And Kenny Pickett, I think Pete Carroll's going to love him in that offense. I think Kenny Pickett's just a good fit for them. And I think Seahawks are just ready to go quarterback, especially if the Falcons go quarterback.
Yeah, I think if a quarterback goes early, Seahawks are going to pick. But here's my thing. If you don't see Kenny Pickett go to the Seahawks are 100% trading for a quarterback after the draft. They're going to trade for someone, whether it's Jimmy G, Baker Mayfield. There's been rumors of Gardner Minshew. I'm just saying. If I was Pete Carroll, I'd be all over Gardner Minshew, but that's a story.
I could also see the Seahawks taking defense, because Pete Carroll might run a really good defensive player, so I could see him taking Kyle Hamilton if he's there. So definitely Kyle Hamilton's a good option there, but I think if 2 quarterbacks are taken, I think Pete Carroll doesn't want Geno Smith or Drew Lock to be like a certain starter for the next few years.
Yeah. So Kenny, it's so hard, but we gotta stick to the mock draft, okay? 100%. I got Seattle taking a quarterback. Seattle having a winning season. I don't think so.
I don't see him having a winning season unless they take I don't know. I don't see him.
So let me just read out the Seahawks season. Who they play. They play the Cardinals twice.
Yeah, their division is so tough right now. I just see them. The best scenario I see is them 7-9.
These are all dates to be determined, but I'm just going to go down in order from what the FB schedule says. Arizona Cardinals, Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Chargers, Los Angeles Rams, New Orleans Saints, San Francisco 49ers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Arizona Cardinals, Los Angeles Rams, San Francisco 49ers, the Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, Denver Broncos, Las Vegas Raiders, Detroit Lions, Jets, and Giants. So really, if we're being realistic, Giants, toss-up game. Jets, toss-up game. Lions, toss-up game. I don't think they're beating the Raiders. I don't think they're beating the Broncos. They have a chance against the Panthers. They have a chance against the Falcons. I'm sorry. They don't have a chance against the 49ers. Maybe one of those games because they play them twice.
The Rams, I don't think they have a chance.
They don't have a chance against the Rams. They don't have a chance against Cardinals.
The Seahawks Cardinals games.
Okay, we might give
I think that might split.
We'll give them 1.
Yeah.
Even if you split them, they only get 8 wins.
Yeah.
If they split all the division games, they only get 8 wins, and that's just. I don't think that's happening.
Seattle has. They have a really tough schedule.
I give them 6 wins.
I give them 5. Honestly.
Okay.
I give them 5. So around the same. I don't think they have a winning season. I don't think they can with the schedule. The schedule is too tough for them.
The AFC West prediction. All right. So we got, what is it? Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos.
Yep.
I think. Who do you think is going to win the AFC West?
I'm already ruling out the Chiefs. I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to win that West. So I think it's either going to be the Broncos or the Chargers.
See, and I think I'm going to give you my order of how I think it's going to go. Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos.
I think it goes from me. It goes Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs. As of right.
See, here's my thing. And I've said this before. I don't think Russell Wilson's that great of a quarterback. I'm not going to go deep into that. I think Russell Wilson is the worst quarterback in their division. Okay, so with that out of the way, now
I think he's better than Derek Carr. But
I won't say that. And honestly, even if Russell Wilson was better than Derek Carr has way better weapons in the in Oakland or Las Vegas.
I mean, I guess you could say that, but Jerry Jeudy, Courtland Sutton, they're two really good receivers, and you have Javonte Williams there, who's a really, really up and coming rookie running back.
They just got who they just signed the edge rusher. The Raiders.
The Raiders. Oh, Unique. No.
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack. No. Chargers got Khalil Mack.
Who did the Raiders get then? They got another edge rusher to match up.
The Raiders got Calais Campbell, I think.
No,
not Calais Campbell. I think.
God damn.
They traded away Unique Ngakoue. I know that.
Yeah, but they picked up a really good
to get Rocky.
Who was it?
Oh, Chandler Jones.
Was it Chandler Jones?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chandler
Jones.
Okay, so here they got the two really good edge rushers in Max Crosby and Chandler Jones. They picked up. Let's see who else they got.
Another point is why I'm picking the Broncos number one. I think their defense is the best defense in that division.
Oh, well, I think their secondary.
The Broncos and Chargers are really. I mean, with those two pieces, J.C. Jackson and Khalil Mack, you can't really just base the whole defense out of that. That's why I think the Broncos have the best defense. They have PS2. They have a very good defensive line with Bradley Chubb. They have good linebackers. Even they have depth at those positions.
Do you think Nathaniel Hackett as an offensive coordinator is going to run a good defense? Who's their defensive coordinator? Broncos defensive coordinator. I better see some name.
Yeah, Ian likes Derek Carr over Russell Wilson, but you can see that. Like, I mean, it's just a take.
Yeah. So here's my thing. I don't think the Broncos are going to suck. I don't think they're going to suck. Yeah. But here's the thing. It's a new quarterback and a new offense with a new head coach. Like, there's still obstacles to overcome. It's not Russell Wilson gets thrown in and he's going to throw for 5,000 yards this season. And here, I'm going to go hot take now. Okay, let's go look at Russell Wilson's stats.
Oh, yeah. Ian said in previous, Russell Wilson has never gone over 4,500 yards, and Derek Carr has. That is something to look at, but I still think Russell Wilson is more of a dynamic player and can move out of the pocket better than Derek Carr can. And
Russell Wilson has been in the league since 2012 and has never thrown for more than 4,220 yards. And in a passing-heavy league, that is terrible. 4,200 under 4,200. That's terrible.
It's not terrible when you got the team.
He's always had Tyler Lockett, Doug Baldwin. He's had DK Metcalf the last 2 years. He's had Marshawn Lynch. Like, what's his excuse?
But also now he has Jerry Jeudy and Courtland Sutton. I think Russell Wilson, even before DK Metcalf, he had Jermaine Kearse and things like that. I think he elevated some of them a little bit, just like how Aaron Rodgers does it, just how Matt Ryan did it with Russell Gage and some other players. I think Russell Wilson elevated some of these receivers. Even though they're really good receivers, they're like Tyler Lockett's an amazing receiver. I'm not going to give him any flack for that.
Okay. Derek Carr has thrown for over 4,500 yards once. Correct. But guess what? His wide receiver was Hunter Renfrow.
The thing there is I like Derek Carr. He's a good quarterback. I just think Russell Wilson is more of an accurate quarterback and more of a dynamic player, give or take. And Russell Wilson, he has that mentality. I think Russell Wilson's still at a very good age right now. I still think he's playing at a high level. And I think Derek Carr, he's playing good. He's played good last year. Hunter Renfrow's a beast because Derek Carr kind of elevated him a little bit too. I still think Russell Wilson is just a better quarterback.
Okay.
I'm not really too worried about the yards because yards are just yards. I mean, it's like because people are saying defense used to carry offense, but now offense carrying. Defense matters still, so it doesn't matter how many yards you get. And the Seahawks had the Legion of Boom too, which helped out Russell to winning the Super Bowl. Just saying that as well.
I'm not saying he's trash. I'm just saying he's the fourth best quarterback in the AFC West. That's my hot take.
Yeah. Hunter Renfrow is good. Vincent. The Seahawks were a run-heavy team with Marshawn Lynch, and they had a horrible line with Rashad. They had a horrible line the last few years. I can definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, and I will give you that. Their O-line, he's like the most sacked quarterback in the last however many years.
Yeah, and that's
so I will give
him
him that.
And I don't think...
okay, and you can also say, look at the coaching staff that Derek Carr had this year. His head coach was fired, and then he had a special teams head coach. At least... I don't know. So Pete Carroll's a better coach than what the Raiders has had in the last 10 years since Derek Carr's been a quarterback. So there are a lot of different things you have to look at with that. But who did I say? I said Raiders, Chargers, Broncos at the end, and Chiefs at third. So here's my thing: the Chiefs. I will never in my heart put the Chiefs last in their division with Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce. I don't care who they trade away, who's on the staff. I will never put them bottom because I think that's crazy.
Vital did bring up a good point there. 1 year, Wilson had only 4,200 yards compared to Carr's 45, but look at touchdown and interception rate. Wilson had 40 touchdowns. Carr only had 23 to 14, and Wilson still had less.
Yeah, but like I said, you have to look at the coaching too.
Yeah, you got to look at coaching, but I don't think Derek Carr is that guy. I don't. Well, he's the guy obviously for the Raiders, but I don't think he's Russell Wilson level.
Okay, so we've got someone else asked me a question. I got to go back up there to look at it. How many wins does the Jags get next year? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to look at their schedule. The Jags have a super hard schedule this year. They really do have a really hard schedule.
AJ, you're not wrong. I think Jimmy G is the best looking quarterback I know. He's probably the best looking quarterback.
Jacksonville Jaguars. Because I really think 6 wins, they're over under is like 6.5 or something. Well, look at the schedule.
Ian's ready to die on that hot take that Derek Carr is better than Russell Wilson.
We'll see. Somebody, we'll timestamp it and come back to it next year.
Yeah. Next year we'll see. I mean, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, Texans opening up the season.
Appreciate it, AJ.
You got 5 wins for the Jags. I think I have 5 wins actually. I'm looking at the schedule now. I haven't really dove down into it. Texans, Colts, Titans, Broncos, Cowboys, Giants, Chiefs, Chargers, Eagles, Titans, Lions, Ravens, Jets. Okay. So we're going to go from the bottom. I think we can beat the Jets. I don't think we beat the Ravens. I think we can beat the Lions. I don't think we beat the Titans. I think we can beat the Eagles. Don't think we beat the Chargers. Don't think we beat the Chiefs. I think we can beat the Giants. I think we can... No, I don't think we beat the Cowboys. I don't think we beat the Broncos. I think we can win one battle from the Titans. I think we win one battle to the Colts. And I don't think we beat the Texans, which I feel stupid saying that, but we play terrible against Texans. That's 6 wins, and those were all do I really see us beating the Lions? I think the Lions have a lot more heart than people give them credit for. So that's 5 wins. I'm going 5 wins.
Yeah, and the Jaguars, it depends on if Trevor Lawrence plays as the same, it can be good. This is Trevor Lawrence's second year, so we'll see how he plays. I still think he's going to be good. So they could even win 7 or 8 games, especially with how Trevor Lawrence plays.
Yeah, and like I said, I do like Doug Peterson as a coach. There's not going to be any distractions. And as a Jaguars fan, I watched every single game last year for the Jaguars. They easily, I don't want to say easily, they could have beat the Cardinals last year. They were up 14-0 at halftime, or 14-7 at halftime. They could have beat the Texans one of those games. They could have beaten the Titans in both the games they played. They beat the Colts. They beat the Bills. Very good teams. They lost to a last-second field goal to the Cincinnati Bengals, who, if you don't remember, made the Super Bowl. So they really didn't play They played terrible in a lot of games. Like, they got blown out by Seattle with Geno Smith. They got demolished by the Patriots, like 50-something to 7 or something. But there was more close games than a lot of people give them credit for, and they did that while their head coach was going to the bars, hiring strength coordinators with known racist tendencies, kicking their guys in practice, kicking their players,
and they're just doing all sorts of stuff. Urban Meyer did that was crazy.
So I'm giving them 5 wins, but it's not gonna like blow my mind if they win 7 or 8.
Yeah, I definitely could see him 7 or 8, especially if that team works together well.
Because there's some games, like I said, the Jaguars surprise you. Like, they surprised everybody by beating the Colts to get into the playoffs. They surprised everybody by beating the Bills.
I fully blame Carson Wentz for that Colts game.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. And the coaching.
Yeah.
They should have pulled him.
Yeah.
They should have done something completely different.
They should have got Wentz out there.
Goff equals hot trash. I think
Goff is decent. I don't think he's hot trash than most people think. Because you got to look at the Lions last year. They have one of the worst.
He's not clutch. He's not
clutch, but he has one of the worst rosters in the NFL. And yet he was still making good reads. He was making good passes. I don't think he's as bad as people think. I think he's okay at best.
I think he's average. Below average, maybe.
I think he's okay. Jared Goff, you've seen him. He went to Super Bowl with Rams, given that Rams team was kind of carrying him. But if you saw how well he played decent in the Super Bowl, and that dropped touchdown, I remember it, watching that Rams-Patriots game. It was a defensive game, and I remember that as soon as that dropped touchdown, I was like, oh, they lost the game.
It's bizarre to think the Seahawks and Jags have the same amount of wins next season. Indians.
Well, the Seahawks are in a rebuilding stage, so it's definitely possible to see them. But you got to look at the Jags roster too. I think they have a little better of a roster before the draft than the Seahawks, because they have Trevor Lawrence, they have some offensive linemen. So they have Josh Allen.
So the big thing with the Seahawks is they're going to be in games that are close because of Pete Carroll. The thing with the Jaguars is they've massively improved their roster, and they only won 3 games last year. But like I said, when you look back on the games they won or even lost, but were close, and then you look at some of the games that were just completely broken because of the coaching staff. You got to think the Patriots game they lost like by 50 points. They had an interim head coach. The game they lost against the Seahawks after a bye week, Urban Meyer came out and said, our team looked really good in the bye this week. And then, think of this. You had a head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars who was possibly the worst head coach of all time. Literally, he's in the debate. I mean, and I don't think it's much of a debate. But he didn't know who Aaron Donald was. So think of this. When you're game planning your game for the season, and your head coach doesn't know who Aaron Donald is, how prepared do you think the team is if you're not game planning for a guy like Aaron Donald?
If you don't know the players in the NFL, you shouldn't even be coaching. And I saw a lot of Jaguars fans getting hyped over Urban Meyer signing, and I was like, I don't think it's going to turn out well because that transition as well. I don't think he can do it. And the fact that he didn't even know Aaron Donald, that was stupid. That was just plain stupid by the coach. The coach needs to know who's in the NFL. Then that's just crazy how he even lasted that long. He lasted longer than John Gruden. I think that's crazy. I think that's so crazy.
And Doug Peterson is a massive upgrade. Regardless, now me personally, I want a Byron Leftwich. He was grinding all to hand night. Yeah. He was not at the right place grinding. No, he should have been in the locker room. Well, I don't know.
Whoa.
Not after kicking. Maybe that's what happened. You ever wonder? Josh Lambo was sitting there at practice, and Urban Meyer was like, "Hey man, come grind on me." And Josh Lambo looked at him and was like, "Hell nah." And Urban Meyer just went over there and gave him the boot.
I don't know.
Or Josh Lambo was like, "I'm gonna tell your wife what you did last night," and Urban Meyer went, "Oh yeah,
you have nothing to kick him right in the shin."
Oh my god! So, yeah, you never know.
And now we're gonna move back to the draft. We need to finish our mock draft.
Let's just do top 10.
Yeah, we're at number 9 now. Or we're number 10 actually.
Yeah, we'll do top 10.
Pick it. So we're at our last pick of our top 10 overall mock draft.
And the Jets have another pick. They picked Icky with the 4th pick earlier. So who do we have at number 10?
At number 10 in the PI Podcast 122 mock draft. The New York Jets select Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback from LSU.
Yeah, I think this is a good pick for the Jets. Bolsters up their secondary a little bit. I think they went kind of offensive heavy in free agency with the 2 tight ends they picked up. They re-signed Berrios. They're getting a tackle in this draft. I think it's fair to say it's going to be a defensive pick. And if it's not Derek Stingley, it's Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you on this one. If it's not Derek Stingley, it's Kyle Hamilton, especially if the Falcons don't take him.
So, yeah. And then someone was asking about wide receivers earlier. And in our mock draft, we have the Commanders taking Drake London.
Is that a private name?
Stop saying the race.
It's not my fault.
So yeah,
well, technically they had it for years. No one said anything. But
who is winning this draft right now?
Winning the draft?
You say yours while I get a drink. Who do you think is going to win the draft?
Honestly, I think it's one of those teams that has multiple picks. I think whoever has multiple picks, like the Jets, I think they could easily get the 2 best players on the board, but they're the Jets, so you don't know how they're going to develop them, which is the only hard thing. But the only thing, whoever can win this draft, I believe it's either going to be a really, really good team that knows how to draft, like the Patriots. As much as I don't want to say it, they're not even a thought of mine right now. But the Patriots, Bill Belichick is very sneaky at drafting. He's done it so many times. I don't know how Bill Belichick does it. And he is coming in with a Gardner Minshew Jags jersey.
This is who's winning the draft.
Oh my God.
Look, when you pick this guy in the 6th round and he wins more games than Kyler Murray as a rookie, that's who's winning the draft. Jacksonville Jaguars are winning this draft.
The crazy thing I thought about too, I think the Patriots could easily Bill Belichick sneaky.
I do agree.
I really think they could win this draft, just even though they're not even in the top 15. But also, I could see the Jaguars winning this draft, and even the Seahawks. Honestly, it's hard to tell right now because we definitely don't know all the players. But I think basing off of the 1st round, I think the Jets or even the Eagles could win this draft.
Yep. Okay, so big news. We are going to the Jacksonville Jaguars draft party tomorrow here in Jacksonville.
Fun as hell. Literally, tomorrow at 8 p.m., when people are watching the draft, we're going to be at the Jaguars draft party. They're giving out lots of stuff, so if you guys are in Jacksonville, definitely.
Hopefully get an interview with Doug Peterson, maybe, possibly.
Hopefully. Or get an interview with somebody. So if you guys can do hashtag Doug Peterson, at Doug Peterson or something like that, on Twitter or something for us, definitely. Anything's helpful. Because we're trying to at least get a player or someone if we can actually meet them.
Shaquille Griffin's supposed to be there.
If we can meet Shaquille Griffin, we'll try to have him on the podcast for one of these episodes. I don't know. We should whatever. But yeah, I think it's gonna be really fun tomorrow. There's gonna be lots of stuff. It's gonna be really fun to see who the Jaguars pick at number 1, and I get to see Ian's face if they pick Trayvon Walker, and we're gonna be vlogging it, so you guys will see almost everything. We're definitely gonna edit it after, so it'll be live on Saturday. But at Ian's face, you will see if they draft Trayvon Walker. He's gonna have his mean face out.
So here's my problem with Trayvon Walker, and I talked about it on the last podcast. Aiden Hutchinson is the can't-miss prospect. Trayvon Walker does have the upside, and I would be happy if he comes here and plays well. I'm not going to be upset if he plays well. My issue is going to be if Aiden Hutchinson goes to the Lions and has a Pro Bowl career and we missed out on it. I will be pissed. I don't care how good Trayvon Walker does. He's got to be a Hall of Famer for the Jacksonville Jaguars for me to forgive missing on Aiden Hutchinson if he has a Pro Bowl career.
Yeah, and this is just going to be a really interesting decision that the GM and the head coach and the owner had some say in it. Because Aiden Hutchinson is that guy, and if he goes on to have a Hall of Fame career, I'm not saying he is, but even if he does have a Pro Bowl Hall of Fame career, Jaguars are missing out on that prospect. I mean, you can't just... I don't know what Trent Baalke's in his mind. I think he's just looking at the upside of Trayvon Walker, and I don't think he's really realizing that Aiden Hutchinson is the easy pick here. And I don't get why coaches and front office does this. Like, there's so many times where these teams, they pick horrible, and the easy answer is right there for them, and they overthink themselves, and they get it. Like, even the fans know sometimes. I'm not saying the fans are always right, but the fans, they know too. So even if you barely look at it, I don't remember an example, but some team picked up the wrong player and they had the easy answer right in front of them. They could have just looked at some of the fans, which I know some of them did. You can't run away from fans. You have social media. You have the internet.
So I hate to see that.
Oh, Vital. Yeah, definitely. That sounds awesome. You and your dad and some wings.
We were going to do that at first.
Yeah, we were gonna go live actually here tomorrow night and just do a live NFL draft party. But then
I got some tickets.
Ian got free tickets for the NFL draft party, so we're like, hey, let's just go and do a plug.
So then one more big announcement we have. We're trying to figure out ways to get followers, obviously, and subscribers, both on YouTube and on Twitter.
We're trying to get people our channel out there for people to see, because I know a lot of sports people, a lot of sports fans will love our channel.
Yeah, and we know giveaways obviously will attract attention, but it's not very good at retaining it. A lot of people will come just for the giveaway. Once the giveaway is over, they leave too. But anyway, we're going to try it. So basically, when we hit 100 followers on Twitter and 100 subscribers on YouTube, we are halfway there on YouTube, almost halfway there on Twitter. We will be giving away the signed Jacksonville Jaguars mini helmet from Byron Leftwich, quarterback from 2004 to 2007. Vital. He was a backup quarterback for the Steelers. Throwing that out there.
Yeah, definitely. You guys don't want to miss this giveaway. Definitely more info is going to be coming soon, and just definitely make sure you're subbed. The only way we're gonna pick winners is if you're subbed to the YouTube channel. Yeah. So make sure you guys are subbed to the YouTube channel, and you're automatically entered, basically.
So, and even if you don't love the helmet, they do sell online for anywhere between $65 and $100.
And definitely, you guys don't want to miss this opportunity. We're trying to get 100 subscribers, 100 Twitter followers. So tell your friends, tell anybody you know that if they love sports, if they love getting free stuff, anyways, just let them know about the Twitter, let them know about the YouTube, and when we reach our goal, we'll be giving away this signed helmet from Byron Leftwich.
Yep. Courtesy of Palm Beach Autographs.
Yeah, Palm Beach Autographs. We've been there. We did a video about it. If you guys didn't see the video, we have a video where we unboxed a mystery jersey and a mystery photos. I'm going to spoil one of them for you. I got a mystery photo from a Hall of Fame player, and it was Jack Youngblood. So a really, really good autograph from a really, really awesome legend in Jack Youngblood.
So and we got to figure out what website we're going to use for the giveaway and stuff. Obviously, we have a little bit of time. When I made the announcement on Twitter, we did gain 15 subscribers on YouTube and 10 on Twitter. So
yeah, I think a lot of people are excited about this, and AK Vital, appreciate you guys for being subbed for a while. Really do. We've only been doing this for a little over 2 months.
Yeah, February 20th was when we first created this.
Yeah, so a little over 2 months now, which is crazy how much we've grown. I think, I've done YouTube channels before. I've done a lot of stuff just to try to grow. And definitely, this right here, what we're doing the podcast, is definitely something I feel that's gonna grow even when the NFL season comes, and even before that. I think there's a lot of sports fans, and I think I really love talking about sports. Ian does too.
Yeah.
We just really love talking about sports, and I think I have a feeling that this is gonna be something big and something we could have as a career, possibly in the future.
Yep. So, and that's a little appreciation too for, trying to do a giveaway for hopefully someone that's been here since the beginning gets it, But anyway, we will be doing a lot of giveaways in the future. Like, we get so many, like, you guys are going to be seeing, we do so many pack openings. So we're going to have so many trading cards. We're not going to know what to do with them. So, like, we're going to start giving those away at some point too. So, like, and especially, like, loyal people that we see from the beginning are always going to be, like, first up on our giveaways and stuff.
Definitely, with you guys supporting, we're definitely going to remember your name easily.
So yeah, that's I pulled this from Palm Beach Autographs. I want to say it was in a mystery box. So the Palm Beach, because we're in Jacksonville, they have specific Jacksonville Jaguar mystery boxes, and you can either do like $10 or $15 for a signed picture of a Jaguars player. I've done it a few times, and I've gotten some cool stuff from it. Like, I got Josh Lambo in one, I got Josh Scobie in another. I did their mystery jersey pull, and I got Josh Lambo's jersey signed when it was only like $75 for the signed jersey. And like a brand new jersey, he was on the team at the time. So a brand new Josh Lambo jersey would cost $120. So that was really cool that I pulled that. And then I did a mystery helmet. It was on clearance there because it was the last box. So I got this signed helmet for $75 in a mystery box. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, hopefully one of you guys win it. So we'll just keep going on with the news. Speaking of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Cam Robinson signed a 3-year, $54 million extension with the Jacksonville Jaguars, raising the odds of an edge being picked with the first overall pick. Not that it was really that doubtful, but Trent Baalke on Friday last week said that they had it down to 4 players. I would assume now it's down to 2 players, and that would be Trayvon Walker, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, there's literally the only 2 options that Jaguars are going 100%. Like, that's in my mind right now. They go one or the other, or they might surprise us, but I doubt they're going Trayvon Walker or Aiden Hutchinson, and they should likely go Aiden Hutchinson if they're smart.
Yep.
And moving on, we're going to my team, the Falcons, and the GM Terry Fontenot. They just had a press conference a couple days ago. And our GM, Terry Fontenot, he said that we could come out of the draft with a QB. And take this is not saying that we're going to draft a QB in the first round. We can even draft a QB in like the 4th or 5th round. But I honestly see us going Malik Willis at 8, even though I want a defensive player. And we've talked about this in our mock draft earlier. So definitely something to look forward to tomorrow.
So speaking of the draft, cornerback from Florida, Kaiir Elam, is expected to move up in the draft board and will most likely be the 4th cornerback taken. He wasn't even a name on anybody's top 32, but I guess over the past week he's gotten some traction, so we could see him going in the first round.
Yeah, definitely some prospect that has gone up. And this is right before the draft too. So definitely, if the cornerback opportunity comes up, don't be surprised if you see Kaiir Elam be taken off the board in the first round.
Yeah.
And we could also see more than 5 edge rushers taken in the first round. Hutch, Aiden Hutchinson, Trayvon Walker, Kayvon Thibodeau, Jermaine Johnson. Definitely, those I just listed are definitely going on the first edge rushers out of there. So definitely a lot of edge rushers going to be taken in the first round. And given so, because they're really good. And this year's draft is all about defense, as I've said before.
Yeah, you can go on.
And talking about, I think Ian talked about this already, the Panthers GM short Sam Darnold at QB. So definitely very possible they take Kenny Pickett. I really think they're going to go Kenny Pickett at 6. And 1 week from yesterday, the Giants must decide if they were going to pick up Daniel Jones' fifth-year option. And if they don't, his contract will expire at the end of the year. So this is going to be a deciding factor on whether the Giants will stick with Daniel Jones or if they don't. If they don't pick up his fifth-year option and he plays well, they might just sign him to a contract. Yeah. But if they pick up his fifth-year option, they're like, okay, we can wait. Let's see what he can do. We don't want to give up on him yet. That's basically what they're saying with this. So it's going to be interesting to see that Giants team and what they do with their fifth-year options. Because I know right before, a couple days ago, a lot of fifth-year options were being picked up for a lot of players. Especially even Kyler Murray's fifth-year option was recently just picked up.
Yeah, so that's huge news, kind of. The Cardinals picked up Kyler Murray's fifth-year option. I think it was today, actually. We'll see if he plays. I mean, he at least has the guaranteed money now, but I think regardless, we're going to see a big contract paid out within the next few weeks.
Now, if he does sit out, that does bring the point where we talked about earlier, the Seahawks. They could even be more up in the division over the Cardinals if Kyler sits out, because then they could easily beat the Cardinals unless their defense is good this year.
Another fifth-round option that was picked up with Nick Bosa, which, I mean, if anybody thought that wasn't happening, they're ignorant, but...
Yeah, definitely an obvious one right here. I mean, Nick Bosa's Nick Bosa. You can't... It's just hard. And it's crazy to me that we passed up on T.J. Watt. And we got freaking Harris McKinley over T.J. Watt. That's still in my mind right now. I can't believe we did that.
So we've seen already the Saints and the Eagles traded picks. The Patriots just traded away. Now this isn't as big as news, but the Patriots just traded away their fifth-round pick this year to the Texans in exchange for the 6th and 7th round pick. So now the Texans have pick 170 and the Patriots have 183 and 245. Now, trading back in that late of the rounds, this is a really good draft to do that because, like I said, there's a lot of starters in the 3rd and 4th, and Bill Belichick is going to find someone that can start with both those picks.
He did it with Christian Barmore last year, and Christian Barmore was already looking like a really good defensive tackle. Yeah. And it's just crazy how he does it. That's why he's the best coach in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Or at least one of the best. But because he knows how to draft players, and somehow even players like Tom Brady in the 6th round. It's just crazy because there's so many things that need to go as a head coach. You need to think about the draft. You need to think about your current team. You need to think about winning. And he did that with a rookie quarterback. And that just goes to show.
So Bill Belichick, he's known for hitting on late round drafts, and he's also known for taking players that are a lot of people would call trash or scrap players and turning them into someone that gets a big contract elsewhere, and then they don't do good.
Yeah, and definitely Bill Belichick always knows his way around. So if you see someone who's slightly under the radar and Bill Belichick gets him, Belichick's got something under his sleeve.
Reports show that the Texans, I wish I could find the report. But the Texans have a really high chance of trading out of the 13th pick. It said that it's like 99% that they're going to draft the pick 3. But there's like a 50 to 60% chance that they trade out of the 13th pick.
And given so, they have 2 picks in the top 15. So definitely very reasonable if they get what they want. Because starters, if you get 2nd or 3rd round picks, you'll be fine.
So you could see the Steelers try to move up a few to get a quarterback if they think, if Malik Willis does go in the top 10.
And if Carolina drafts Kenny Pickett,
then really their only option is Corral or Carroll, however you say it. So that's something to keep an eye on, and that's probably not going to happen until tomorrow during the draft. You're going to see it happen most likely. But it would be interesting to see who would trade up for that pick, because not only we're talking quarterbacks, there's a lot of people that would trade up to get a wide receiver that high up.
Yeah, like the best wide receiver in the draft, or Jameson Williams. Even though his ACL, he's going along well in rehab. So
Yeah. So
Definitely any team could trade up and get him if they need a wide receiver.
Corral. I knew I was saying it wrong when I first said it. That's why I was like, I don't know how to say it.
Matt Corral.
So yeah, but like I said, you could see
Matt Corral. Yeah, it's Matt Corral.
Coral.
Yeah, he was just messing with you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like I said, I don't watch that much college. I mean, I watch some.
I don't watch really any.
I watched a little bit of tape on like the people I said top 10.
Definitely, it's one of the things that with this channel, we'll definitely.
Yeah, next year we'll be more on top. So like this past month, we've been like working. He's been in Atlanta and stuff, and then we've been opening up packs like crazy. So we've been trying to find we're trying to do content on top of. Obviously, we have the reaction videos to the top 10 plays, which is going to start back up here soon. We've been opening up a ton of packs. So it's going to be next year. We'll be better prepared to watch some of these top 32 prospects. Maybe even that'll be a series next year where we watch some of the top prospects, top plays or something.
Yeah, definitely. We're always looking for different stuff to do as content. We do have a lot of trading card stuff, but we can always push them aside because we have a lot. But definitely, it's keep coming out, so definitely we're getting less and less of it. And once you get packs, they're kind of addicting.
Oh, Vital! If you're wanting some packs, let me just show them this.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna open up this at the end of the podcast.
So we're gonna open up like 3 or 4 of them at the end of the podcast, and you'll see the rest in a different video.
Yeah, but Tesh is gonna open up a couple, and he's gonna be like, "I want to open up more," and then he's probably gonna.
Yeah, and then we have also got, this is for a separate video, we won't open it today, but we got some of these Illusions packs in an upcoming video. So don't worry, Vital, we got plenty of pack opening videos to upload. So.
Yeah, next year, Vital, we're definitely going to do like top 5, top 10, and we're going to do a legit mock draft video instead of we'll talk about it on a podcast, obviously, but we're going to be better prepared next year. Like I said, we've just been so busy. Like, this was just a weird couple of weeks for us.
Yeah, definitely. I was in Atlanta for over a month, so it's kind of hard to do all this stuff.
What is that?
Oh, a pack battle?
What is that? I've never even heard of that.
A pack battle? It's when we take, let's say, these 2 illusion packs. You take one, I take one, we both open it, and who has the better pick gets all the cards. But, yeah. So
we'll
just something for fun.
We can do it with those.
We can do it with those. Yeah, we can just do it for fun. But that's basically what it is.
Another 5th round option. The Buccaneers picked up Devon White's 5th round option.
Yeah, another obvious answer. Devon White's been an amazing linebacker for that Buccaneers team. He's a really fast linebacker, and he knows he's a ball hawker too. So he's definitely a really core part of that defense.
Right, you'll have to say the next one.
And Bilal Powell, he signed a 1-day contract with the Jets and officially retired as a New York Jet. Definitely, Bilal Powell, when he was younger, he was a solid running back when he was a rookie in his early days. Definitely one of those older guys.
What's up, Manny?
Going back and retiring with his own team.
And then Darren Waller. So there's been a lot of rumors about Darren Waller being traded from the Raiders to Packers. The rumor doesn't seem like smart to me. The Raiders are obviously all in this year, and I don't see them trading away a key piece of their offense. So I think that is really a rumor. I've seen weirder things happen though,
Yeah.
Obviously the Chiefs just traded away Tyreek Hill, so I mean it could happen, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
There's like a less than 1% chance that's ever gonna happen.
But
over this year at least.
But Darren Waller came out and said that he's been in contact with the Raiders front office, and they informed him he will not be traded, and that it's all just rumors.
What's up, Jared? How's it going? Yeah, and definitely Darren Waller is a core piece of that offense. Take him away. Derek Carr still has weapons, so you could definitely take him away. But I don't think they want their star tight end just to go away.
Yeah.
No one wants that, and no one's gonna get him this year. No, he's not gonna be traded. I'm 100% sure he's not gonna get traded.
Okay, so that is actually all the news we have. So maybe you guys can convince Pritesh to open up a pack or two.
Well, definitely I'm opening up a pack for sure.
We can just stand behind it.
Yeah, we'll stand behind it. We're going to be standing behind it, guys. But yeah, definitely I'm going to open up. I think 3 right now, and you guys can see the rest of the video. Unless you guys want me to do more, I have 17 total. So yeah.
Devontae Adams, I believe, was a free agent. Like, wasn't he a free agent?
I don't think so. I think we're about. I'm thinking of one.
Oh no, he got traded.
Yeah, he got traded. So.
He got traded and then got the big contract. So that's a good question. The Elite Vital asks, why didn't the Packers trade Adams for Waller?
You know, that's the really interesting thing. But I don't. I think that Devontae wanted out. So
yeah, I think
they
that
had to do something.
Oh yeah, because they franchise tagged him and he was going to sit the year.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what it boiled down to. And I think the Raiders had the upper hand there because they knew Devontae Adams was going to sit, so they weren't going to trade away a key piece for Devontae Adams, which is why it was like a 3rd-round pick they traded.
Yeah.
Because Devontae Adams was going to sit regardless, so like the Raiders didn't have to give away much for
Devontae. That was the situation. It was either going to be Devontae Adams or Aaron Rodgers was going. That's a scenario. Either Rodgers or Adams.
Yeah, one of them was
this year, and it happened to be Adams. And I definitely think it should have been Rodgers too. I don't know why he wants to stay there because NFC Championship games are not the Packers things.
Okay, let's turn this up a little bit so we don't see the picture. This should be good. Yep. It's going to go off in a second.
Oh, okay, I got you. Vincent. Thanks for
thanks for letting us know that. I didn't know that. I was thinking it was because the Raiders had all the leverage.
It's definitely good. You see some of our packs. I guess we'll just put this up here.
You know, my Rolex out the way.
Yeah. I got this at Walmart. It's damaged a little bit, so that sucks. But it's not heavy, so I think it's an auto. You guys will see that stuff video. But I did open one off camera because I got 18 from GameStop. And they gave me the cool little stand thing too, so that's really cool. But yeah, I opened one off camera and we didn't get too much. We got Jalen Tartan and Jamin Davis, rookie. Nothing too crazy.
Alright, I'll open up mine. Let's see who wins this pack battle.
Alright, let's do pack battle. Ian's going first. See what we got.
Alright, we got Von Miller. Got a Michael Pittman Jr. I think I already.
Michael Pittman. Wait, what?
A LaVisca Chenault.
Oh, those are bases. We're looking for rookies.
And a Chaz Surratt.
Chaz.
And a Kyle Trask.
Yeah, that's definitely worked out best for Raiders. Kyle Trask. Oh, actually.
I got a good rookie. You have quarterback?
I don't know yet. Alright. Ian got a good start. Kyle Trask, that rookie. Really good. Yeah, I guess I'm going for it. I don't think I'm going to win, but we'll see. So definitely start off with a Chris Carson Seahawks. Then we got a Baker Mayfield. I think I won this. And then we got a De'Ami Brown. Okay. De'Ami Brown got that auto. And then a Trey McKitty. And last but not least, Kenneth Gainwell. So I got 3 rookies there when you got 2.
Okay.
I don't know who won. That was weird. We'll let them pick. We'll let you guys pick. Who do you think won? I got 3 rookies. You got
I got one more pack though.
Oh. Then I guess I'll go for more packs. We're doing round 2 of that.
Ezekiel Elliott? You gotta go above the
Zeke.
Yeah, go. Jared Goff? Khalil Mack.
Nick. Hey,
Khalil Mack?
and Vital said I won.
Brian?
Boots! Oh my god, that's a good one. Okay.
Pat
Good
Fryermuth?
lead right now.
And then Gary Brightwell.
But that Fryermuth is big.
That Pat Fryermuth, that was the winner.
So I guess I won round 1. Devon and Vincent said I won round 1, so I guess you might win this one and we'll be tied. We might have to do 2 more. All right, so this is gonna be my pack for round 2, guys.
All right, so this is protected round 2.
All right, the only way I can win is if I pull a rookie quarterback. DJ Watt, Jerry Jeudy, Jacob Harris, Kyle Pitts. Let's go, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
And then Nick Bolton. Let's go. You got Kyle Pitts. I think I'm on round 2 too. Let's go, Kyle Pitts. Let's go, my boy. Kyle Pitts. I think I won that. Are we going one more round?
One more.
All right. We'll go one more round just for you guys, and then the rest of the packs will be up on a separate video. Okay,
You go first this time.
All right. I'll go first. All right. Yeah, don't go on first. I didn't think I'd get that. I was pretty sure you were going to win. Alright, so we start off with a Brandon Cooks. Then we got a J.J. Waddington. He's the base there. And his teammate, DeAndre Hopkins. Then we got a Greg Russo. And Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith rookie. Oh, that's rookies. Devontae Smith right there to end off that.
Devontae Smith. I gotta do better than Devontae Smith. Maybe I can get 2 good rookies, so that way, like, I'm not gonna beat out Devontae.
Yeah.
All right, so we got DJ Moore, Derrick Henry,
Okay.
got a Jalen Phillips,
Bad. And
how about Hubbard?
oh, you got one more rookie.
Joe Tryon. Damn it.
Damn.
I don't got no luck.
Should we go one more round, guys? Up to you. Let us know in the comments. Do we do one more round? I'm up 3-0 right now, but we're just doing it for fun at this point.
Yeah, these packs are fun to open, but they're like the odds of getting something really good is just not there.
It's weird that I got 2 in a row. You got one for
Well, I mean, I don't think they're really worth
yeah. But yeah. One more, yeah, alright, buddy, we'll go one more. Do you want to start this one or do you want me to?
Oh, perfect. Maybe that's what happened this time.
He's going to start off round 4. First of all, I don't think we have enough packs for that. Oh, wait, I meant to already have it.
Christian McCaffrey, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Juju.
Got a rookie here, and it's Trayvon Warwick.
Good quarterback.
J.C. Horn.
Casey Horn, not bad. And one more?
Jamar
Chase! Oh,
Jamar
he might win
Chase.
this round. Jamar Chase, let's go.
Jamar Chase.
Wait, who's the yellow? Oh, there was yellow parallel in this. Damn. Kramer with the parallel. We gotta go to the back for me. Remember, one package, one yellow parallel. Alright, so
This guy's gonna pull like.
I'm not gonna win this one. Chase is a really good board, and Chase wants Stephen Cole too.
Yeah, you'd have to really pull like Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, or Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, the quarterback don't.
You'd have to pick a top 3 pick would win it.
Yeah, so start off with Russell Wilson, Joe Mixon, Joey Bosa is our gold parallel, and we got Chris Evans and Ian Book. So Ian won this round. I'm up 3-1. Vito set up to 4, so
Oh, first one to win 4?
first one 4. I'm up 3-1.
Is this the comeback?
Comeback of a lifetime, maybe.
I'll go first. Winner go first.
I know, that's a Chase with a really good goal. I don't think win that one. I won 4-0. How? I thought I don't know.
I didn't. No, come on. I wouldn't.
No, you want Chase, yeah. You want Chase.
We've got James Robinson, Scary Terry. Oh.
One of them's the yellow pair.
Oh. Mac.
Jones, let's go! Is that the yellow pair? Wait, no way, that's the yellow pair. I think that's the yellow pair.
You pull this in the routine.
Oh, I'll get that to my boy! Oh, this is the yellow pair. We have to get some sleep.
I don't think we have any younger.
All right, so we got it.
And then Rashad Bateman.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so Mac Jones, Rashad
It
Bateman.
was the yellow parallel too.
Yeah, so that card was probably worth more.
It's probably he probably won the crown already. Just the yellow parallel. Mac Jones. Yeah, he ain't balling right now. No, we'll see who I pull. Ooh, it's not a good sign. Carson Wentz starting us off. I'm gonna go Julio Jones, but the Titans give me unfortunately. Oh, and then Calvin Ridley back to back. Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley back to back.
Where's the Mac Jones?
Right here. And then we got Terrence Marshall Jr. and Calvin Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah, you. All right. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got the Mac Jones yellow parallel. That's pull of the night.
I went off the top.
Yeah, go ahead and one more. We'll do one more.
Well, it's 3-2.
No. We already won four. We I don't know, miscounted something.
No, it was 3-2.
No, I won four because I got the pits. I won the first. What else? See?
Yeah, you won the Fireman, the pit.
I won the pits one. Pits one. Devonta Smith one.
So that's only 3.
I don't remember.
I want Jamar Chase and Mac.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're good. We're good now. It's all good.
For one more round. We can win it all. Or even two. Well, because we're 3-2, I guess, right now.
We got Darren Waller, speaking of the devil. Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henrington.
Travis Etienne,
Etienne.
but he didn't play. Javon
Javon
Holland.
Holland.
Davis Mills.
All right, that's not bad.
But we know Travis Etienne was the second best running back in the draft. So
Yeah,
even though he got hurt,
but he didn't play. So we're gonna factor into it. If he didn't play, we can't give him the benefit of the doubt. All right, possibly the last round here, guys.
damn, but you're saying Freiermuth wasn't a good player?
T. Higgins, Tyreek. Then we got Durant, Jacob Harris, and Brandon Stevens.
I think he won.
All right.
What do you guys think? Davis Mills and Travis Etienne? I think because the Etienne card's worth probably more, but you guys let us know. Travis Etienne and Davis Mills or whoever he
Yeah, let us know. We're not sure. Oh, this is the yellow parallel. Chase. Oh, that's the yellow parallel. Joey Wilson.
No, I pulled Chase and Fryer. I pulled Freiermuth in the round he got caught.
Yeah. That's kind of tough. He was going to win that line. We're pretty sure it's going to win that.
3-3, the tiebreaker?
Okay. 3-3.
All right.
Pick it back.
All right, I want to go.
Alright, let's go.
I'll look on because I won.
Oh, okay. You get what? Already won? Oh my god. Definitely, we definitely. I keep these cards at the ends, because like that, just cause.
Jason Kelsey. Devon White. Travis Kelsey.
Which one's the yellow? I think that might be the yellow.
The one behind it's a yellow. Oh wait, no, that might be it. Let's see. Demetric Felton
Yeah.
and
Rico
Rico
Collins.
Yeah. Okay. You might
This might be a tie, right? Give me this one. All right.
Trevor.
I need the quarterback. You pull my jump. The freaking yellow parallel. Dude, that's crazy. All right, guys. Possibly the last round here. We got starting off with Aaron Jones. And then a Nick Bosa. And a Mike Evans. And we got a Dafe Owe. And a Najee Harris. he wins it for me. Ian almost came back.
Almost.
That was scary. Almost like the 28-3. Really scary. But anyway, guys, yeah, we're gonna move the camera real quick and we'll do that and get out of here.
That was a good one. That was a banger.
That was a really good
I
one.
put that camera way too high, but it's fine. We're done.
That's fine. We're gonna do it.
Guys, thank you for watching. I think this is the most engagement we've ever had on a podcast.
For sure.
So over the next couple days, we've got tomorrow. We're going to the draft party. We're gonna vlog it. We're probably gonna put just regular episodes of pack openings for uploads Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Except for Saturday, I should have the video edited by Saturday.
Okay, so we're gonna try to have the video edited by Saturday.
If not Saturday, the vlog's gonna be on Sunday. If not Saturday.
Yeah, so then Sunday we'll do our podcast, and then we'll be right back with openings and reaction videos. Somebody asked us to react to Gabriel Davis's top plays this year, so we're going to do that as our next reaction video to upload. But for the next few days, it's probably going to be mainly pack openings, because we literally have probably 30 videos of pack openings for the next month.
Yeah, and we're going to a car joke tomorrow. So.
And we're buying more packs tomorrow. So really, we're just getting into the card training stuff. So like that is, fun to watch. And we got to subscribe 14 days ago. Seen an update on OBS that said,
Make sure you tell your friends to subscribe. Once we hit 100 subscribers, 120 followers, we're giving away the Byron Left Twitch signed helmet. You guys do not want to miss that giveaway. That signed helmet. I mean, who wouldn't want that for free?
I appreciate that, Vincent. Like I said, we've got daily uploads, so always remember daily uploads, 4 p.m. Eastern. They're always up on the channel, 4 p.m. Eastern. And then our podcast goes live every Wednesday and Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern. He's been traveling to Jacksonville. He lives like an hour away, so we've been trying to do him in person as much as we can. I
think we'll probably do it in person as much as we can. There might be just one video, I guess, every couple months or something like that, or we'll do it. Normal.
Normal. Things happen.
Yeah, stuff happens. Ian can't get off, or stuff happens. Life happens. You guys know.
So really good on the uploads and stuff. Be sure to follow the Twitter. We're constantly posting on Twitter. Funniest.
Yeah, and make sure to follow us on TikTok. We haven't posted a lot recently, but we're definitely planning on posting original skits on TikTok. So if you guys want to see original skits, we're planning on posting that too on TikTok.
I'm probably going to act like Russell Wilson not throwing for over 4,200 yards in a season.
Wow. Okay. Ending it off with that. All right.
No, but really, thank you guys for watching today. Like it was, and like we said it in like another podcast for Vital. We had a really good discussion on quite a few podcasts. We've always had really good discussions with them. But like, feel free to comment like as much as possible because we have our list, but we like would rather talk to you guys straight out.
Exactly. We'd rather have you guys ask us questions and we answer them. We still would go over our list, but definitely if ask away. Like we love your comments and questions.
Appreciate that, Vincent. We'll
appreciate you, Vincent. Thank you.
Yeah, we've been talking with you guys, so we'll get back with it. We'll be in your DMs again.
Yeah.
And then Vital, thank you again for watching. AJ, thanks for watching. Vincent, thanks for watching. Minnie, thanks for stopping by. Vincent, Vital, AJ.
Vincent, Vital, AJ, thank you all for stopping by the stream. We really appreciate you guys. And anyone else who's watching after on YouTube, definitely thank you for watching the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. The pack battle was really fun. Everything the mock draft was really fun. Yeah. We might have to. We're probably going to do the pack battle again. That was super fun.
So thank you guys for watching. We got a little outro that'll play. Hey, we might be actually DMing you about that.
Yeah, sure, Violet. Check your DMs. Oh, soon.
Yeah, we haven't said it yet.
Yeah.
Don't take your DMs.
Don't take your DMs yet, but soon. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. But thank you guys so much.
Oh, one more thing. We played in the gaming tournament.
Oh, yeah. We played
Saturday.
in a Warzone Duos tournament last Saturday, and we got third place and won some money.
Yeah,
that
was cool. We obviously branded ourselves PI Podcast, so...
yeah, you guys probably saw the live stream. The live stream's still up on YouTube, so you guys probably saw that. It was like a 5-hour long tournament. But we got third place, and we got some money out of it, so that was really awesome. And we put that towards the PI Podcast Fund, because there's something we're looking forward to once we get enough money that we really want. Neon something.
Oh, yeah. So thank you guys for watching. We're going to go ahead and cue the outro. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, join the Discord. Like, we'll always talk in the Discord and stuff off podcast if you guys want to discuss anything. Twitter DMs are always open. TikTok DMs are always open. But you do have to follow to DM us, so just go ahead and follow. Just go ahead and do it. So, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. PI Podcast is out.
Peace.
Click the button before I look stupid.
Thank you for watching the PI Podcast. Make sure you subscribe and tune in next time so you don't miss the latest news in the NFL world. You can also follow us on TikTok at PI Podcast and on Twitter at PI Podcasters. Until next time.